3D modeling numero 4.
Let's select the Minion overall group and add it to the overall layer and template it. Next, let's go to Windows, Workspaces, and let's go to UV Editing. Next, let's select the Minion and go to Create, Planar, and make sure it's on the Z-axis and project it. Next, let's select some edges. Let's select these edges in the back of the Minion's head. And let's go to Cut. Let's turn on the Symmetry tool. And let's select these edges around the arm. Select this edge loop and cut it. Next, let's select this edge loop around the waist and cut it as well. And let's select these edges on the side of the leg that wraps underneath the leg as well and cut it. Let's select these edges in the inner mouth and cut it as well. Let's select the edges on the back of the Minion's arm. Select these edges right here. Let's go wireframe mode and select these edges. And let's go to cut. And let's select these edges at the end of the wrist area. And let's cut it as well. Now let's select the shell of the Minion's head. And let's move it up. And let's unfold it. And let's select one of the edges in the middle. And let's go to Orient to Edges. That'll make it straight. Let's turn off the Symmetry tool. Select this shell on the arm and unfold it. Select this other shell and unfold it as well. Let's select this shell and unfold it. And let's scale it a little bit larger. This is the geometry at the end of the wrist. And select this one and unfold it and scale it and make it larger as well. Select this is the throat. Let's unfold it and let's rotate it a little bit. And let's select this shell right here and this shell. Select this shell and unfold it. Select this one and unfold it. Let's rotate it a little bit. Let's rotate one of the arms a little bit. Shells in one of the arms. Select this shell and rotate it a little bit. Let's take a closer look at the Minion head. You can see the overlapping UVs. So let's correct that. Let's go to the attribute editor real quick. And let's go to Smooth Mesh. Let's go to Open Subdivision Controls and change that to Preserve Edges and Corners. And as you can see, it doesn't overlap anymore. Next, let's select all the shells and let's go to Layout. And as you can see, it automatically lays it out. It's kind of disorganized, so let's organize it better. Let's scale it first. Let's move this guy up, move this down a little bit, move this one down, this guy down, and let's move this down, move this down, move this one down, move this down. Let's select this little geometry, and that goes with the arm. That's the shell at the end of the wrist. Let's rotate this one a little bit. Let's check our UV maps real quick. Let's turn on the UV checker map. And let's look, see if we have any weird distortions or anything like that. In the throat area, there might be a little bit. And in the arm area. But other than that, everything looks pretty even. So let's turn it off. Let's UV map the gloves on the Minion. Let's go to Control 1 to isolate it. And let's go to Create, Planar. And let's make sure it's the Y-axis and project. And let's select these edges near the back of the glove. This edge loop and hit Cut. And let's select this edge loop right here on the glove and deselect these guys and go to Cut. And let's go to select UV shell and separate these two. And let's select these edges right here. And go to Cut and Sew and go to Move and Sew. And let's select the shell and unfold it. And let's select this shell and unfold it as well. Let's select both these guys laid out and let's rotate it. Scale this guy and scale this guy. Let's hit Control 1 to bring back the Minion, and let's copy the left glove to the right side. And let's delete this glove. This glove real quick. And let's go to the front view. And let's change, make sure the pivot point center and hit D and X and snap it to the center. Let's go to Edit, Duplicate Special, make sure it's on Copy. And change it to _R. Let's select the left and right glove. Select the UV shells and lay it out. And let's select the whole thing and just scale it. And let's just lay it, let's arrange it in a way that makes sense. Select these guys, put it here. Select these guys, put it here. Let's rotate this guy maybe a little bit. Rotate this guy a little bit so it's straight. Let's work on the Minion shoe. Let's select it, hit Control 1 to isolate it, and let's go to Create, Planar, and make sure it's on the Y-axis and project it. Let's go to the bottom of the upper and select the edge loop right here. And let's cut it real quick. And let's select the top edge loop right here and cut it. Let's select the UV shell of the upper and let's unfold it, and let's select the other one and unfold it as well. Let's select both of these guys and let's lay it out. Let's hit Control 1 to bring back the Minion, and let's select the sole and let's hit Control 1 to isolate it again. Let's go to Create, Planar, and let's do the same thing. Let's select this edge right here. And let's cut it real quick. And let's select the shell and separate it. And let's unfold it and unfold it. Let's hit Control 1 to bring back the shoe. And let's select the upper and the sole. And let's select the shell, all the shells, and lay it out. Let's select the upper real quick. And let's go to the attribute editor and let's go to smooth mesh. And let's go to open subdivision controls and change it to preserve edges and corners. Let's do the same thing for the sole. Let's change the UV boundary smoothing to preserve edges and corners. You can see it change. So there will be no overlap in the UVs. Let's select the right shoe and delete it. Let's duplicate the left shoe to the right side. Let's go to edit, duplicate special, make sure it's on copy and -1 on the X scale, and let's rename it to _R. Let's move it up. Let's select both of these shoes and select all the shells. Let's go select all the shells and lay it out. And let's scale it a little bit. Next, let's arrange this in a nice order. Arrange it so it makes sense. Let's select the channel control real quick and let's go to the layers and untemplate the overall. And let's reference the body and reference the shoe group. And let's select the overall. Let's go to create planar. Let's make sure it's on the Z axis. Next, let's select some edges here. Let's select these edges on the side. And let's do the same thing on the other side as well. And let's select the inseam. Select these guys and let's cut it. Let's select this front shell and unfold it. And move it up and select this one and unfold it as well. Let's select this edge and go to orient edges. Let's select this pocket and let's go to create planar mapping. Make sure it's on the Z axis and project it. Let's select this shell and let's unfold it. Let's UV map the belt loop. Let's select it, hit Control 1 to isolate it. And let's go to create planar and make sure it's on the X axis and project it. Let's select these edges right here and cut it. And let's select this shell and unfold it. And let's straighten it out. Let's hit Control 1 again to bring back the minion. And let's select this belt loop and hit Control 1 to isolate it, and let's create planar and let's select these edges and cut it. Select this UV shell and unfold it, and let's straighten it out. And let's hit Control 1 again to bring back the minion. Let's select this belt loop, hit Control 1 to isolate it. Let's go to create planar and let's select these edges again and cut it and select this shell and unfold it. And let's straighten it out and hit Control 1 to bring back the minion. Let's select this back belt loop and let's go to create. Hit Control 1 to isolate it and let's hit create planar and Z axis and project it, and let's select this edges and cut it. Let's select this shell and unfold it, and let's straighten it out. Let's hit Control 1 to bring back the minion again. Let's go to the outliner. Let's select all the right belt loops. Let's delete that, and let's select the left belt loop, and let's go to Edit, Duplicate Special. Make sure it's on the copy and -1 on the X scale, and duplicate it. And let's rename this to _R, and let's delete belt loop 4 on there, and let's move it up a little bit. And let's select both belt loops, select all the shells, and let's go to Layout. Before UV mapping the strap of the minion, I want to first delete some of the faces, so let's select the strap real quick. Let's go to Control 1 to isolate it, and let's select these vertices. And let's hit F11 to select the faces. Let's select all these faces here. Select these faces here, and select these faces here, and let's delete it. And let's go and select the shell, and let's unfold it and move it to the center. Let's select the button and hit Control 1 to isolate it. Next, let's go to Create, and let's go to Planar and make sure it's on the X-axis. And let's select edge right here, this edge loop right here, and let's go to Cut, and let's go to UV shell and let's separate it and unfold it. Let's select both these guys and go to Layout, and let's properly place them. Let's go to Control 1 again, and let's select one of the threads. Let's go to Create, and let's go to Planar, and let's hit Control 1 to isolate it. Let's go to select these edges right here, and let's go to Cut, and let's select the bottom of it. Select these edges right here. Let's go to Cut. Let's select another edge on the back of it. Move this guy here. Select these edges. Let's go to Cut. And let's select the UV shell and unfold it. And move it. Select these guys and unfold it. Let's rotate it and straighten it out. Select all of them. Let's select all these shells. And go to Layout. Let's hit Control 1 to bring back the minion, and let's work on the other thread. Let's go to hit Control 1 to isolate it. Let's go to Create, Planar, and let's select these edges right here, and let's go to Cut, and let's select the ones on the other side as well. Select these edges right here, and let's go to Cut, and let's go to select the back edge. Select these edges on the back right here, and let's go to Cut, go to UV shell, and let's unfold it, and select these guys and unfold it, and let's rotate it and make it straight. Let's select all the shells and go to Layout. Let's go to Control 1 again. Bring back the minion. Let's UV map the button behind the minion. Let's select it. Let's go to Create, Planar. Make sure it's on the Z-axis and project it. Next, let's hit Control 1 and isolate the button. And let's select this edge loop right here and cut it. Let's go to UV shell and unfold it and move it, and unfold this guy too. Select both of them and lay it out. Let's arrange it. Let's hit Control 1 again to bring back the minion. Let's select one of the threads. Let's go to Create, Planar. And let's go to Control 1 to isolate it. And let's select these edges right here and cut it. And let's select these edges on the top of the thread and cut it. Select these edges on the bottom of the thread and cut it. Let's select the UV shell and unfold it. Select these guys and unfold it, and select this and unfold it. Select all the shells and lay it out. Let's go back to the minion. Let's go to Control 1 and let's select the other thread, and let's go to Create, Planar. And let's select some edges. Let's select all these edges here and cut it. And let's select all these edges here and cut it. Let's select all these edges here and cut it. Go to UV shell and unfold it, and this one unfold, and unfold this one, and let's rotate this a little bit and arrange it. Let's select all the UV shells and lay it out. Hit Control 1, go back to the minion. Let's open the outliner and let's go to the minion overall group and open it and select minion underscore strap underscore R and delete it. And let's select the left strap and let's go to Edit, Duplicate Special, and make sure it's on Copy and Duplicate Special. Let's rename it to underscore R and let's move it up a little bit. And let's select button group R and let's delete it. Select button group L and let's go to Edit, Duplicate Special, and let's rename it to underscore R and move it up. Let's select the minion overall group and let's select all the UV shells, and let's go to Layout and let's arrange these guys in some kind of order. Let's select the pocket, let's move it up and let's rotate it. Let's select everything and scale it a little bit. Let's select these buttons. Let's try to arrange these buttons in a nice order. Let's move it up here. Let's select the shells of the buttons that go with each other. Select this guy. Select this guy. And let's select the other shells of the buttons and move them. guy goes with this guy, and this guy goes with this guy. And let's move these guys. Let's select all these shells and lay it out and align it horizontally, and let's align those horizontally as well. Let's select the belt loops, move them up. Let's try to give them some equal spacing. Let's select all the belt loops and align it horizontally. Let's select these two edges on the thread and go to Move and Sew. And select these two edges, go to Move and Sew, so there'll be one sort of UV. Select these two edges, go to Move and Sew. Select these two, go to Move and Sew. Again, and keep doing that for all the threads. Select these guys, move and sew, move and sew. Move and sew. And let's select all these guys. And let's move it up. Try to arrange it nice and orderly. Let's select all of them and align horizontal. Oh, this one. Put this guy here. Align it horizontally. Move this shell up. Let's go to the channel box, make the goggles selectable, turn off the outliner, select the goggles and hit Ctrl 1 to isolate it and go to create, planar, and make sure it's on the Z axis and project it, and let's scale it, make sure it's in the right proportions, and let's select these edges. Let's select this edge loop here and select this edge loop here. And let's select this outer one right here. Let's go to cut. Let's go to select shell and move it up. Let's unfold it and let's select this guy. And let's select some edges. Let's select these edges here. And let's go to cut. And let's select this shell and move it down. And let's unfold it. Let's unfold the other one as well. And let's rotate this one. Let's select these edges right here and these over here, and let's cut it, and let's select the shell and separate it. Let's unfold it, and let's select these and unfold it as well, and select this one and unfold it. Let's select this guy and let's try to cut it underneath. Let's select the edge underneath here. And let's cut it and let's unfold it. Let's select all the shells and go layout. And let's scale it. And let's arrange it in a good orderly fashion. Let's go to the attribute editor real quick. And let's go to smooth mesh and open subdiv controls, and let's change Catmull Clark to preserve edges and corners. Let's go closer and let's select this UV and move it up so we don't have any overlap or overlapping UVs. Select this one and move it down. Let's go to the checker pattern and see if we have any unevenness. There's a little bit, but everything's fine. Let's select the headband of the minion and go to Control 1 to isolate it. And let's go to create camera base projection and let's take a closer look. Let's select these edge loops right here and go to cut. Let's select these UV shells and unfold them. And let's select both these UV shells and go to layout. Let's select both of them and scale it. And let's rotate these guys. Let's move them up. Hit Control 1 again to bring back the minion. Let's select the hinge on the minion and let's go to Control 1 and isolate it. And let's take a closer look. Let's select these edges right here and cut it. Select these edges on the bottom and cut it as well, and select these edges on the top and let's cut it. And let's go to select UV shell and unfold it. Select the UVs on the top and unfold it as well. And these guys unfold it. Select all of them and go to layout. Let's bring back the minion, and now let's go bring back the outliner and let's select the right hinge and delete it. And select the left hinge and let's go to edit, duplicate special, make sure it's on copy and duplicate it, and let's rename it to _R and let's move it up a little bit and let's hide the outliner. Let's select the bolt on the Minion goggle real quick and hit Control 1 to isolate it. Let's go to create camera base projection and let's select this edge loop right here and let's cut it. Next, let's select this UV shell and unfold it. Select the other UV shell as well and unfold it and rotate it. And let's select both of them and let's go to layout. Now let's go to the checkerboard map to see unevenness. Let's go to the attribute editor and let's go to the smooth mesh, open subdivision controls, and let's go to preserve edges and corners. Let's turn off the checkerboard pattern. Let's go to Control 1 to bring back the minion. And let's just repeat the same thing for all the bolts on the minion goggle. Let's go to the outliner real quick and let's select the minions goggle group and let's open it and let's select lens _L and lens _R and hit Shift P to unparent it. And let's select the minions goggle group and let's go to the UV shell and select all the shells and go to layout. Now let's arrange these guys in a nice logical order. Let's select these guys, move it up. Let's select the bolts and let's try to match the shells with each other. Let's select all the matching shells. Let's do the same thing for all of them. Fast forward, hopefully your layout looks something like this. Let's select the upper teeth group and bottom teeth group and hit Control 1 to isolate it. Let's select this tooth right here. Go to Create Planar and make sure it's on the Z axis. And let's go to select some edges here. Let's go to wireframe mode. Let's select these edges. And let's go to cut real quick. And let's select the UV shell and unfold it. And let's go to layout real quick. Let's go to checkerboard pattern and see if there's any weird anomalies. And let's do the same thing for the rest of the teeth. Let's select the gums and then go to Create Planar and make sure it's on the Y-axis and hit Project. And let's unfold. And let's rotate. And let's go to layout just to put it on the grid. Let's scale it a little bit and let's look at the checkerboard pattern, see if there's any distortion. There's none, so let's do the same thing for the bottom gums. Let's select the upper teeth group and the bottom teeth group and go to select UV shell and select all the shells and go to layout and just arrange these in a way that seems logical to you. Next, let's work on the tongue of the minion. Let's select it and hit Control 1 to isolate it. Next, let's go to Create Planar Mapping, make sure it's on the Y-axis, project. And let's select these edges right here on the side of the tongue. And on the other side as well. And let's go to Cut. And let's select the UV shell and go to Unfold. And let's rotate a little bit. And let's go to Layout. And let's move it in the middle. And let's scale it a little bit. And hit Control 1 to bring back the minion again. Let's work on the hair of the minion. Let's select this hair follicle right here, hit Control 1 to isolate it. Let's move closer to it. Let's go to Create Planar, make sure it's on the Y-axis. And let's select this edge right here and this edge loop right here. And this one at the end of the hair. And let's go to Cut. Let's go to UV shell and unfold it. Select this guy and unfold it as well. Select all the UV shells and lay it out. Let's select these two edges and go to Move and Sew. And let's select these two edges and go to Move and Sew. And let's select the UV shell and rotate it. Let's go to Layout and let's scale it a little bit. And let's hit Control 1 to bring back the minion and do the same thing for all the hair follicles. Let's select hair group _L and hair group _R and go to UV shell and select all of them and lay it out. Next, let's go to Windows and let's go back to the workspace, general workspace. Next, let's assign some materials to the minion. Let's go to the hypershade and let's move this in here so that you can see it better. Let me expand this menu here. And let's go to shaders and go to AI standard surface. And let's go to the attribute editor and let's rename it to AI _ body. Let's go to the channel box real quick and unreference the body and the shoe group in the layers palette. Let's go to the attribute editor and let's go to the color. And let's go to the color picker and select the minion color. Let's select the minion body and go to assign material to selection. Let's create another AI standard surface and let's rename it AI _ overalls. And let's go to the color once again. Go to the color picker and select the color from the overalls. Let's select the overalls. And let's go to assign material to selection. Let's create another AI standard surface, and let's call it AI underscore gloves. Let's go to the color again. Let's go to the color picker and select the color from the gloves. And let's select both of these gloves right here. And let's go to assign material to selection. And let's create another AI standard surface. Let's call it AI underscore shoes. And let's zoom in on the shoes on the image plane. And let's go to the color and color picker and select it. Let's select both of these shoes right here. And go to assign material to selection. And we need to assign material to selection on the heels. Let's select those. Let's go to AI standard surface, create a material, and let's rename it to AI underscore goggles. And let's get a closer look at the image plane and go to the eyedropper and pick the color from the goggles. Let's select the goggles and assign material to selection. Next, let's create another AI standard surface, and let's call it AI underscore bolts. And let's select all the bolts in the outliner. Let's go to here, open the goggles, select bolt L underscore R and assign material selection. Let's create another AI standard surface, and let's call it underscore hinge. And let's select the hinge in the goggles group, both of those hinges, and assign material to selection. Let's create another AI standard surface. Let's call it AI headband. And let's go to the color. Let's just give it a black color, dark black color, and let's just select the headband. Let's go to assign material to selection. And let's create another AI standard surface material. Let's rename it to AI underscore hair. And let's select a dark color, a black color. Let's go to both hair groups and go to assign material to selection. Let's create an AI standard surface material, and let's go to the attribute editor and let's rename it AI underscore teeth. And let's select the teeth, the upper teeth group and bottom teeth group, and go to assign material to selection. Let's create another AI standard surface material, and let's change the color to something else, to this red color right here. Let's change the name to AI underscore tongue. Let's make it a little bit lighter. Let's select the tongue and go to assign material to selection. Let's go to AI standard surface again, and let's rename it to AI underscore button. And let's change the color to a dark black color, almost black. And let's select these buttons. Select these buttons right here. Go to assign material to selection. Let's select the buttons on the back of the minion. And let's go assign material to selection from the AI button. And let's close the hypershade real quick. And let's select the minion body group and delete history and freeze transformations. And let's do the same thing for everything in the outliner. Delete history and freeze transformations. Let's select all the minion geometry except for the minion eye groups, and don't select the lenses, the lens underscore L and lens underscore R. Let's go to edit, group. Let's rename this to minion underscore GL. Let's move this up a little bit. Let's select the minion underscore geo and go file, export. Let's go to selection. Let's make sure it's a FBX export. Let's go to export selection. Keep all these parameters. Let's give it a file name, minion1, and let's export the selection. And let it tessellate, and let's close it. This concludes part 4 of modeling Minion. In part 5, we will import the FBX file into Substance Painter, texture in Substance Painter, and import the textures back to Maya and render it. So I'll see you there.